Japan is known for its deep cultural heritage, gorgeous landscapes, and technical breakthroughs, yet there are mysteries hiding behind its flawless exterior that are just waiting to be revealed. We'll take you on a wild adventure today as we expose 6 sinister truths that will astound and pique your curiosity. This fascinating investigation is going to alter everything you believed you knew about Japan, from old legends and haunted locations to secret societies and unexplainable happenings. Prepare yourself to discover the mysterious tales that have remained hidden for ages. Secret 1. Aokigahara Forest. The Japanese forest of Aokigahara is distinctive among all other forests. It has attracted the interest of both residents and visitors, although it is primarily notorious for its connection to suicides. Because of its reputation, it bears the terrifying name, the Suicide Forest. Let's examine this eerie location and the legends that surround it in more detail. The heavily wooded Aokigahara Forest stands in a haunting silence. It is thought to be an ancient forest with a history going back many centuries, covering an area of more than 35 square kilometers. But it didn't acquire its gruesome reputation until quite recently. As a result of the hundreds of lives lost there, this forest has started to attract those who are thinking about suicide. The causes of the high suicide rate in the Aokigahara forest are intricate and varied. As a society, Japan has struggled with the social pressures, cultural norms, and mental health difficulties that contribute to this terrible situation. Unfortunately, Aokigahara has come to represent hopelessness for many people looking for a location to commit suicide. Aokigahara, despite its sinister image, is a breathtaking natural treasure. The forest is renowned for its lush greenery, alluring wildlife, and intriguing natural structures. Unique plants and animals live there, some of which are only found in its depths. Ancient trees and volcanic rock formations in Aokigahara create a strange atmosphere that beckons adventurers and nature lovers to experience its allure. In addition to its connection to suicide, Aokigahara Forest is well known for the myths, legends, and supernatural stories that surround it. The forest, according to the locals, is home to Yurei, furious spirits seeking redemption. Numerous ghost stories and other unexplained events have been inspired by these legends. Secret 2. Unit 731. A protected biological and chemical warfare research facility was established in the city of Harbin, in the center of Imperial Japan. This facility, which was situated in Manchukuo, a puppet state, would later be known as Unit 731. Unit 731 was not your typical military research facility. Rather, it was a place of unspeakable horrors where the extent of human experimentation was unheard of. Its main objectives were to create biological weapons and research how fatal diseases affect people. It's crucial to keep in mind, though, that this was not a singular incident. Similar operations were being carried out by a number of other troops and facilities throughout the Japanese-occupied regions. The research done in Unit 731 was very terrible. Inhumane acts of torture and suffering were inflicted upon detainees, who were frequently captured civilians or prisoners of war. These human test subjects had cholera, anthrax, and plague infections. Additionally, they were put through tests, including biological weapons, feces, and even frostbite. Unit 731 did research on a variety of topics, not just biological warfare. They also performed experiments, including forced pregnancy, subsequent dissections, and physiological manipulation, as well as surgeries performed without anesthesia. The perverted quest for knowledge that drove these atrocities had little concern for the lives they destroyed. You may be wondering how such crimes went unreported for so long. The truth is that for many years, Unit 731's existence remained a closely kept secret. The United States made an agreement with Unit 730, one's leaders after Japan submitted in 1945. The scientists involved received immunity from prosecution in return for their research data, while the victims of Unit 731 were denied justice. This horrifying act of collaboration allowed the United States to receive crucial information. The victims who endured suffering there are still etched in the communal memory of Japan and Unit 731. It serves as a sobering reminder of the low points to which humanity might descend when propelled by perverse ideas and unbridled power. In order to prevent such horrors from happening again, it is essential that we reflect on the past and learn from it. Secret 3. The Yakuza. The Yakuza, commonly referred to as the Japanese mafia, has a lengthy and intricate past. It started out as traditional gambling dens and merchant guilds and developed over many years to become an extremely powerful criminal organization. The Yakuza are noted for their intricate tattoos, known as irizumi. These elaborate patterns serve as a visible indication of their loyalty to the organization in addition to representing their individual and clan identities. The Yakuza is organized like a family, with rigid moral standards and power dynamics. Loyalty and respect are essential, and employees frequently think of their employer, or oyabun, as a father figure. They are able to keep control of numerous unlawful operations because of its structure, involved in a variety of illicit enterprises, including drug trafficking, human trafficking, illegal gambling, and prostitution. The Yakuza have influence across the entirety of Japan. However, their influence doesn't end there. The Japanese government has tried to rein in the Yakuza throughout the years by enforcing harsher laws and rules. But the Yakuza, like a legendary creature, adapts and finds new methods to live. The Yakuza have been known to engage in charity endeavors despite their criminal operations. They are a mystery in Japanese society because of their paradoxical nature, which frequently blurs the distinction between good and evil. Secret 4. The Burakumen, the serene beauty of cherry blossoms, old temples, and the vivacious lights of Tokyo come to mind when we think of Japan. However, a mystery that has followed Japan for years hides beneath this charming facade. What exactly are the Burakumen? They are a socially disadvantaged group that has endured prejudice and discrimination in Japanese society for centuries. Due to their birthright, this community has experienced unfair treatment, exclusion, and even violence. The ancestors of the Burakumen were previously regarded as Ita or Heinin in feudal Japan, outcasts who worked filthy professions like handling corpses or killing animals. Discrimination against the Burakumen continued for decades, despite the caste system being abolished during the Meiji Restoration in the late 19th century. There have been people and organizations fighting for reform and equality in Japanese society, despite the obstacles they confront. These defenders of justice have devoted their entire lives to combating discrimination against Burakumen and defending their rights. The discrimination against the Burakumen has broader societal effects, in addition to personal ones. It maintains a cycle of exclusion and creates challenges to social mobility and equal access to jobs and education. However, there are rays of hope hidden in the shadows. We found amazing success stories of Burakumen members who have overcome obstacles and excelled above expectations, making significant contributions to a variety of sectors, including politics, the arts, and sports. Secret 5. Otsuchi's Curse. A tranquil landscape and stunning seascapes surround this tiny seaside hamlet in Japan. Although it appears to be a location straight out of a postcard, its charming exterior hides a spooky truth. Welcome to Otsuchi, a location renowned for both its scenic beauty and the curse that has afflicted its inhabitants for many years. The Japanese region, where Otsuchi is situated, has seen its fair share of catastrophic events. The Otsuchi curse, however, really came to light in 2011 after the disastrous earthquake and tsunami. Numerous people lost their lives in this calamity, which also permanently altered the history of the town. An old myth that has been passed down through the centuries is thought to be the source of the curse. The wrathful spirits of Otsuchi are said to be filled with intense resentment and sadness about previous misdeeds. It is thought that amid the calamity, these enraged spirits unleashed their wrath on the community, wreaking much more havoc than the natural forces did. According to skeptics, these incidents are only the result of scarred imaginations and the terror that persists after such a terrible catastrophe. Secret 6. Camera's shutter sounds. It's time to shed light on a curious Japanese custom that has confused many photographers worldwide. The requirement that cameras always make a shutter sound. Yes, you heard correctly. Follow along as we reveal the sinister truths hidden in this seemingly innocent feature. You might be thinking why someone would want a camera to emit noise. After all, it can be extremely inconvenient in some circumstances, such as when you want to secretly film a candid moment. My friends, the answer is deeply ingrained in Japanese society and culture. Privacy is highly regarded and appreciated in Japan. Personal space and other people's right to privacy are values that people hold high. The required shutter sound on cameras is one of the distinctive habits that have emerged as a result of this cultural element. It protects people's privacy and seeks to discourage improper photographing. There's more to this story, though. Shutter sound is actually required by law, not only as a matter of pleasure. The Japanese government passed a regulation requiring camera manufacturers to integrate an audible shutter sound into every product in 2005. Upskirting voyeurism and other intrusive photographic activities, which had grown increasingly problematic, were to be avoided. You see, there have been instances of illegal photography and concealed cameras in Japan, which naturally upset the public. The demand for the shutter sound was a response to these worries, and to provide the populace a sense of security. This act was a brave step to protect individual privacy and rebuild public trust. Why don't folks just utilize the camera's mute or silent setting, you might be asking. The law has you covered there as well. The shutter sound cannot be muted or turned off entirely in cameras marketed in Japan, according to a government regulation. This guarantees that sound will always be a significant aspect of photography. It's important to keep in mind, though, that this regulation only pertains to cameras sold in Japan. Cameras made for international markets frequently have a shutter sound mute option. Therefore, take the time to ensure that your camera complies with local laws before planning a trip to Japan or taking gorgeous photos of its stunning surroundings. Although some people may find the required shutter sound to be an annoyance, it serves as a reminder of the cultural variations that exist around the world. This unique feature of photography has been influenced by Japan's dedication to privacy and respect for personal boundaries. It serves as a reminder that even seemingly unimportant details can have profound cultural meaning. Well, friends, we have reached the end. Did the 6 darkest secrets about Japan shock you? From the sinister forest to the terrifying past of Unit 731? What were your thoughts on these terrible secrets? Tell us in the comment section below. See you next time.